Hello, Vividist Tribe. How you all doing? And I decided to bring you another weekly world update because there's a lot brewing, and I didn't want to wait till next week. So here it is, a quick update as to the intel that I've been become aware of in the last few days. I just wanted to give you a quick update. I think there are going to be big things going down in the next week or two. There are some things predicted for the 3rd of September, 2nd, 3rd of September. We'll see if that happens. And then there are some things predicted for the 11th of September, 9/11, basically. So we'll see what happens there. But I think, we can all agree that at this point, if people do not acknowledge that there's some or other extraterrestrial interference on this planet, then they are, sorry to say, but delusional, because there's just too much evidence for that. And the level of interference going on, the level of evil, the level of unconscionable tyranny that's going on this planet is just, it's not even possible for humans to be doing that, to be honest. It's definitely some archonic interference. Those that are on board with this narrative know that that's pretty much a reptilian interference from planet Draco, and then also the Greys are being used as well, the tall Greys. So yeah, I think that's not even debatable at this point, and I hope everyone, who's listening to this is on board with that, because I'm not going to explain, I'm not going to give any background. I'm assuming we are all on the same page. If you're not on the same page, go and research it. There's so much on YouTube available. It's not even, it's not even a question anymore. It's not even a debate. So a lot of this is playing out right now. The secret military operation that's going on behind the scenes are taking these guys out, removing them from the planet and removing all of their minions from their positions. And there are many people that we call powerful people are actually just their minions. And this is all going on behind the scenes. Deals have been made over many years between these extraterrestrials and humans on Earth. There's deals that were made to supply little ones and humans for energy, food. You know the drill. I'm not even going to say the words because they'll get censored on YouTube. The A word that comes from the blood of young ones, and just organ harvesting and experimentation and cloning and all these horrible things that are going on beneath the earth that most people are completely and utterly blissfully unaware of. But all will be revealed soon, and I think the ones that know will certainly take it better than the ones that are going to be shocked to hear all of this. And it's our job to help them absorb the shock a little bit better, assimilate the news a little bit better, understand it a little bit better. And that's on our job, really, as sort of way shows to this new earth unfolding. And we'll do just that. So I believe the big thing that has to happen before this whole deep state global web can be taken down is going to be in China. The Three Gorges Dam is going to be basically collapsed. There's a lot of very dark stuff that's happening under that dam, including massive trafficking operations and tunnels. Gosh, it's pretty dark, guys. After I sort of dived into the subject and researched and looked at videos and pictures, and it's not easy to look at. But I believe one has to face the truth, and we will never change what's going on this planet unless we face it. So, I'm going to say this again: the truth will set you free, and I fully believe that. That does not mean we have to dwell in the negativity. We have to be aware of it, know what's going on, rectify the problem, make sure it never happens on this earth again, and then basically vibrate unconditional love. And I know it's very difficult to do when there's so much evil going on, and it's making people really angry and upset. And especially with little ones, you see the innocence taken away from so many young ones, and the trauma and the torture and the horrific things that are going on, the screaming and the it's heavy, guys. But the only way that we can transmute this is to and to turn it into love, and realize that there's been a lot of trauma and suffering on this planet for a very long time, including the evil ones that have committed those crimes. They've also been traumatized for generations. So the only way that we're going to stop this is to transmute this negative energy and to turn it into something positive. That's the only way. And that's why they say that the only way to kind of heal yourself if somebody has transgressed against you is to forgive them and to let it go. And that's very, very hard to do. I'm getting a better grip on the subject day by day, because I've realized that, as I said before in one of my earlier videos, fighting fire with fire does not work, and we're going to perpetuate the hate, the violence, the suffering, and the division on this planet. And that's exactly the things that we need to transmute into a positive vibration. So it's going to be a hard task, but we've all got to deliberate and dwell on that subject a little bit, meditate on it, so that we can try and understand it, and we can understand how we turn this negative dark stuff that's been going on Earth around, and how we can turn it into something beautiful and positive. This is our time, guys. This is our once in a 26,000 year cycle to make things right on this earth, and to co-create a whole new planet for ourselves. And all the benevolent races out there from many other planets are rooting for us. So our time is now. So back to the Three Gorges. Yeah, so that apparently has to happen. It's almost going to be like a birthing pain that Earth will be going through. And these are some of the intel that I've picked up from various sources, the 17th letter of the alphabet, and various other truthers that I trust, and they have their ear on the ground. So I'm going to read some of it as I go along, so I can get the information across correctly to you guys. But all these things are basically designed to wake more and more people up. That's why it's not happening that quickly. But you have to understand that there are thousands of years of evil and damage that has to be turned around, and that's not an easy task. So we've got to be a little bit more patient. It's not going to be that much longer. It's going to be a couple of months. In the meantime, stay safe, stay grounded, center yourself. Don't get swept up in the chaos. When you are in a position of complete trust and believe that the light is going to be triumphant, then you have this calmness coming over you, and this complete acceptance and trust that no matter what happens, the outcome is going to be beautiful. And we've got to hold that thought. So wake up every day with that thought to prevent yourself from being pulled down into the darkness. So yeah, the Three Gorges Dam, I believe that may well trigger the whole Nasara Jasara. And that would be interesting if that is true. But basically, the Alliance is dismantling all of these underground operations one by one, including a lot of the CIA technology, which is not from this earth. Those are part of the agreements that were made with extraterrestrials in exchange for young ones, control, energy supply, and all of these horrific things that these beings need, because they don't have souls, so they need us to feed on. So we've been a really convenient feeding ground for them for many centuries, but this is going to stop. We're taking our planet back, and we're going to fulfill our mission here on Earth and save this planet, one soul at a time. I want to read something else as well to you, and this is not new, but it's just popped up again, and I think it's really interesting. These are the words of Nathaniel Rothschild, the heir to the Rothschild family fortune. Basically said, without Ukraine, the global order may not survive. So these guys are fully dependent on Ukraine, on keeping Ukraine exactly the way it is and it has been for the longest time. So this was basically a big panic call to the globalists, fellow globalists, that if Ukraine were to fall, then so would the New World Order. So they're literally begging for their partners globally to give more military reinforcements and support from all the nation states that are involved in this to save Ukraine, especially knowing that how many of these US-funded biolabs are actually there, and actually they're not even biolabs, they chemical weapons labs. That's basically what they are, because what has been found in these substances, I'll just call it that, is so poisonous and toxic that it cannot even be, it's not even a bioweapon at this point. It's a chemical weapon. Very, very cleverly put together. So basically Xi Jinping, he said, Nathaniel said that this guy is the world's most dangerous man. So you can only assume that she must be on the white hat side, right? On the alliance side, because if Nathaniel hates him, we all know what that means. And George Soros said exactly the same thing. So it's not a coincidence. There's no more questions around this. I think it's pretty clear that Putin, Xi, and Mr. T are in an alliance, and Kim as well, in an alliance to destroying this new global world order. They're absolutely terrified. So basically, China's deep state is busy being drained, and that is a very important piece in the puzzle before the light is getting pretty hectic, the afternoon sun. And that's a very important piece in the puzzle for this whole pyramid scheme to be coming down and being dismantled. Nothing can happen until that's been done. That's why things are taking time. It's a very, very complex global operation, and there's obviously the white hats, the black hats, but then there's the gray hats and the infiltrators, and you can imagine that how the reason they're making it so complex so that the other side cannot find out what's going on, because there are a lot of intel being dropped and little red pills being dropped, but none of us can know exactly what's going on, and none of us can know exactly what dates what is going to happen, because that would then alert the enemy. So I'm super interested in all that stuff, and I know that you are too, and that's why I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update. The other very telling thing is that Evergrande, which is a Chinese group, a big, massive investment real estate group based in Shenzhen, but they're actually registered in the Cayman Islands, which coincidentally is a British territory. There we go with that British link once again. So basically their shares are worth nothing at this point. They went from a $1 trillion company to being almost at zero. And you'll see that there's something like 50 million apartments in China standing empty. So all of these smart cities that they built, they're all standing empty. Smart cities with apartment blocks that go on for miles, they're all empty. They're like ghost towns. So all these unfinished buildings in China has put trillions in Chinese bank loans at risk. So this is really a ticking time bomb for the Chinese housing market, to be honest. So furthermore, Evergrande and PwC are under investigation for non-disclosure of a $2 billion lending scheme, if that was not enough. We all know war is money. And it's just very interesting to see how everything is connected. But anyway, the heinous crimes of uh, the global highest profiles are being revealed. These heinous crimes against humanity are all slowly but surely coming up. So we all need to protect ourselves. Things are going to get ugly. Not to panic. It's definitely not worth panicking. We're in a good position, but be smart, stay at home as much as possible. Make sure you stock up. Things might get a little bit bumpy. There are things said like zombie apocalypse. I've tried to find more information on this, but I've actually heard it from a few sources now, and this may well happen. If you think about these, shall we say, inoculations or whatever they put in the arm, that combined with these towers, the signal can trigger certain behavior. We all know about the graphene that's in these shots as well. So I think there's no more question that something like this is very much possible. So be smart, don't panic, but just be smart, make sure you protect yourselves, especially this coming weekend over the 2nd, 3rd of September. Just stay home. That's all I'm going to say. I may or may not be right, but it's always better to be safe. Yeah, so what else can we say? Basically, in case you didn't know, word has it, and I'm sure most of you already know this, but Trump is actually still in charge of the republic, not the corporation that is basically pretending to be in charge in the US and milking all of its citizens dry. So that is part of what needs to be taken out right now. But remember, the president has, by regulations of military in the Constitution, in charge of the National Guard. Was basically activated outside of their state, outside of the country, and the only activation of the National Guard came from Mr. T. So that's why you may have heard about the good military and the bad military. And the Navy is very much involved as well. So he mentions pertinent executive orders such as 13848, imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States election, which they believe is exactly what happened. Military law, National Guard activation in all 50 states, Declaration of Independence, USA Revolutionary War, the fake inauguration of fake president in 2021, quantum government, and so much more. So all of this is hotting up now, and the information is getting out there. There's also rumors that Mr. B, the other one that supposedly is in charge, is no longer with us, and that he actually received a full-grade military regulation funeral in January 2021. There was a funeral procession that went to the tomb of an unknown soldier. There was a 3-volley salute with 13 fires, which is for funerals only. Mr. B is a minister resident, which is a person who takes up temporary residence in a foreign territory, because remember, this corporation is actually owned by the crown. That's why it's considered a foreign entity. It's amazing how it's all coming together. And they did not play Hail to the Chief, which is what they would normally play for funerals for presidents. They played Honors March 1, which is only played for minister resident. Also, when he was sworn in 11:47, not 12 p.m. And this is a violation of the 20th Amendment of the Constitution of the USA, which specifically says the president's terms to begin at 12 noon. So that's all part of the plan to make it unconstitutional, basically. It's all part of the movie, because there's a lot of other players globally that needed to be rounded up. and there's a lot of people that needed to wake up that were very fast asleep. So it seems cruel to let this movie play out over a couple of years, but unfortunately, this is what needs to happen. And when you look at the bigger picture, that this has been going on for 50 plus years, then you understand maybe 2-3 years is not that long, considering we will have a total and complete rehaul of this earth. All of the powers that be, all the corrupt powers that be, are going to be no more, and all of their corrupt systems are going to fall. Everything we know today, all of the systems, pharmaceutical, banking, financial, government, healthcare, big pharma, big tech, all of those will get an overhaul. You can imagine life is, as we know it, is going to completely change. I'm going to continue to investigate Jasara Nasara. I'm going to continue investigating the natural law and sovereignty and how we can claim our sovereignty back. I am interviewing somebody very interesting that you need to look out for. It's going to be broadcast tomorrow, 5 p.m. on my channel. That's Thursday, the 2nd of September, 5 p.m. So have a look out for that. It's with Isaac Mars. I just recently saw this guy interviewed by a couple of channels, and I thought the information that he brought forward was absolutely fascinating. It's all about unity theory, which is a new, basically scientific theory that he's brought forward, where science interacts, or what is the word? Science meets spirituality, basically. And by the way, that's completely what the quantum financial system will be about as well. People don't know this, and they think they don't believe that it can be true. But the quantum financial system is all about consciousness and service to others. And that's how we're going to be rated, whether we are good to others, and whether we are in service to others, or whether we are in service to ourselves. I'll try and bring you more information on that as well, because I find it absolutely fascinating. It's completely a mind shift from where we've been for thousands of years, to be honest. So yeah, but the video with Isaac Mars, the chat with Isaac Mars, watch out for it Thursday, tomorrow, 5 p.m. It's going to be super interesting, and we hope to bring more of that information over the coming weeks and months. So have a look out. So with that in mind, please make sure that if you enjoyed this video, not only like and share, but you also subscribe, and that you push that little bell so that you will get notifications when I post new videos. I don't know at which point I'm going to get maybe banned from this platform, because I believe something like 50,000 people have already been banned. So, we all take our chances, but I think this channel is just really good for getting the information out there. It's still the most watched channel. But in case that happens, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel on Rumble. I will also bring more sort of edgy, shall I say, information on Rumble, where I can speak more freely. It's censorship free, so in that sense, it's quite good. I know it's maybe not as easy to navigate as YouTube, in the sense of, I like to download videos and watch them later on my mobile. I don't know if it's possible for Rumble, but as of yet, I haven't really found that functionality. But please make sure you do subscribe on my channel on Rumble. It's just called Vivid Earth, and it's in the link in the description, because in case I'm gone, one day, you know where to find me. And of course, Telegram as well. There I share basically daily uncensored news, the latest happenings around the world, mostly reshared from other channels that I trust and people that I trust, truthers, journalists that are doing real journalism, and key players in this white hat operation going on globally. So look out for that. I go through a lot of different channels to bring you the most important news that I feel is truthful and credible. So yeah, all the links are in the description in my channel description, not in the video description. And then yeah, follow us on all the other channels on Instagram, and check out our website. That's going to be built out over the next couple of days and weeks as well. Things are going a little bit slow, but we're hoping to catch up. So yeah, Lots more to come. Things are going to hot up over the next couple of days. So brace yourselves, buckle up, enjoy the ride. Don't get panicky. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be okay. Whether the solar flare is going to coincide with all this drama, I'm not sure. It's possible. It's likely. But yeah, continue to be prepared. The biggest thing that you can do for yourself is to center yourself every day, because with that in mind, with daily meditation and clearing your aura from any negative entities, that will ensure that you are protected during this time, because it's going to get rough. So protect your aura, protect your body, protect your soul, your spirit, protect your loved ones. It's simple, it's simple to do. If you guys are interested to hear more about that, I can bring more of that information forward. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you very soon. In fact, tomorrow in the interview with Isaac Moss. Sending you lots of love and light till we meet again. Bye bye.